Ladies and gentlemen, I am Yuzril, the game is Star Trek Online, and when we last left things, we had half a solution to the problem of, every Klingon trying to kill just about every other Klingon. That was somebody engaging their transport drive, I think. Anyhow, we got L'Rell's body back. L'Rell, of course, former Klingon Chancellor, good candidate to reunite the Empire, end the Civil War, murder Jean-Paul, etc., etc., etc. That's how these things traditionally go. Unfortunately, while we got her body back, her soul is apparently missing somewhere. So, Admiralty has gone off to do some research. She's done that research, we have been called back to Boreth, and it's time for the latest episode in this game, A Leap of Faith. Obviously, spoiler warnings will apply if you haven't played that already.
The time has come, at last. With the aid of Tenavik and the monks of Boreth, we are ready to take the next step on this strange journey. We are ready to restore the soul of L'Rell. Come to the monastery on Boreth as soon as you can. Lady Je'ula, General Martok, and I will be waiting for you there.
So, presumably we are heading down to Gre'thor to get it back.
Something you need?
Yeah, just a quick course to Boreth, if you wouldn't mind. But since we're here already, I'll settle for orbital...
The True Way has stolen an orb. How can I help you?
Does everyone have my number? Right, so, obeying the portents of prophecy, the monks of Boreth have constructed a clone of the Klingon Empire's first Chancellor? Oh, I didn't think she was actually the first. Anyhow, now all we have to do is get her soul back into her body and try not to think too much about the repercussions that Klingons are now essentially immortal. If one happens to die, just make a clone and, well,
what I am about
stuff it back in.
Is unusual.
Go on.
I ask that you hear me out before making any sort of judgment.
I mean, let's face it, you've already cloned a corpse and, well, now we need to basically reboot the personality. I mean, we're already into fairly strange terrain. What could possibly get any weirder today?
Tenavik believes that the soul of L'Rell was not restored to her clone because it is trapped within the depths of Gre'thor.
Oops.
Based on my own research, I am inclined to agree with him.
Okay, she was Klingon Chancellor. How is it that she's down in Gre'thor instead of getting her party on up in Kovor?
We aren't sure. What I do know is Lady Je'ula wants to take a spiritual journey to Gre'thor to liberate the soul of L'Rell.
Because of course she does.
Tenavik has assured us that such a journey is possible, and is willing to facilitate the process.
Oh, good.
While some of us have our doubts, Je'ula is convinced she must do this, and so here we are.
Right, and presumably you want us along for the ride.
If necessary, yes. She requests that you join her on this journey, however. You and General Martok.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, it's not every day you get to storm Klingon hell, beat down Fek'Ihr and all his little minions, and then steal the soul of the Klingon Chancellor from him. What could possibly go wrong?
I would like to see if such a thing can be done. If it is possible, Je'ula will need all the help she can get in a place filled with the worst pieces of Bakhtag ever to call themselves Klingons. Speaking of Je'ula, she wanted a word with you once you arrived.
Of course you did. I'll go talk to her. And let's face it, the idea, as I say, of storming Gre'thor is pretty much gonna be a, hey, look at it this way, it will either be the most epic song ever, or you'll go down trying, which will still be a fairly epic song. This is going to appeal to any right-minded Klingon. From the Federation's standpoint, hey, no more mycelial weapons, Klingon civil war is over, so yay, biggest political neighbour is now stable again. Okay, L'Rell is perhaps not the most Federation-friendly choice for the job, but it's not Junpok or Ju'ula, neither of whom we really want to see on the Chancellor's throne. Yeah, this could work out decently well for us as well. Plus, you know, scientific confirmation of the existence of the Klingon afterlife, which is going to keep the ship's chaplain busy for the next year if we're not careful. Anyhow, let's get on with it.
You have arrived. Good. We have a challenging journey ahead of us.
You're not kidding.
Tanavik can explain more about it to you.
Okay, Tanavik, first question. Do we actually have to die?
It will be a challenge, one that will test your body, mind, and soul. Even the strongest of warriors can fall on such a journey. It is not a path to be traveled lightly.
Details. Right, let's go.
The future of the Empire is at stake. L'Rell can guide us to victory over Jempak. For that, I will do what must be done, even if I have to destroy Fek'Ihr himself.
I withdraw my earlier comment. This is not going to be a battle worthy of opera. I expect a whole cycle of operas for this, and possibly a new theatre as well.
To enter Gre'thor, you'll need to be on the precipice of death.
Of course,
The
that's the catch.
fumes of this incense will allow you to enter a death-like comatose state. That is when your journey will begin. Aditpa and I will monitor your bodies from here.
Fair enough. There was always going to be something tricky about this. It's not like you could just poke open a wormhole with some technobabble. Actually, can we open a wormhole with some technobabble? I'd really like to be able to take my ship in to do this. It'd be so much easier. No, we are going with the poison incense. I realise safety's a relative point here, Tenavik, but did you bother to check the pharmacopoeia for what this does to Trill? No? Oh, well, fine. Let's do this! Bloop. Oh, good. It brought the away team as well. Right through their respirators. Okay. So, grey fog. This isn't... Yeah, this isn't normal for Gre'thor, is it? Well, I suppose we better take a wander.
This does not seem like Gre'thor.
No, it doesn't. There's a distinct absence of
This
lava.
is not Gre'thor. This is Koth.
Oh, great. I missed that bit. They didn't
The
cover
void.
it.
Why are we here?
Because
Perhaps we are here because our fates are not yet decided.
perhaps we're...
But the ritual...
Ah.
Wait. Something approaches from the mists.
Okay.
What brings you to a place where neither honor nor dishonor reigns?
Garon! Haven't seen you in ages.
I do not know you.
Well, we know your rep.
I know from tales of the past. Ju'ula, sister of Tukuvma, the matriarch of House Mokai. But you, General Martok, I will never forget you.
Yeah, don't
Why
stab
are
him.
you here?
Good thing we didn't bring Worf. Possibly a good thing we didn't bring Worf. Where is that? Oh, there you all are. Hi.
I must admit, I am surprised to see you here, Martok. Did your friends in the Federation finally convince you to do something less than honorable before you died?
Nope.
Was it Cisco? Or was it your good friend Worf, the treacherous son of Moog?
Says the guy who shanked Worf. Ooh, what was it? Once, twice, 3 times? How many times did Garon stuff Worf under the bus? He's a fine one to be talking.
Who are you, Ptak? And why are you... Wait. Those eyes. I have seen such eyes before.
Yeah, Ja'ula, meet Garon, former Chancellor of the Klingon Empire and descendant of Akar.
Yes, you have. For this is Gowron, son of Morel, son of Akar. And to answer your question, I am not dead yet, Gowron. My allies and I are merely passing through.
Speaking of which, how did you end up here? I mean, okay, you did get killed in an honourable duel, but you were... There again, I'm answering my own question, aren't I? It all kind of balances out, not one way or the other.
Passing through, are you? There are but 2 destinations you can reach from Koth, and I'll wager you're not traveling to Stovokor. You mentioned my ancestor, Akar. He served House Mokai during the war with the Federation. Does your little journey have something to do with him?
Indirectly, yes.
It does not. Though I suspect his treachery is the reason you are here now, Gowron. After all, the dishonor of the father also dishonors his sons and their sons for 3 generations.
Ah, right, so that's why he's stuck here instead of chugging back the blood wine in Stovokor. On the other hand, if it hadn't been for this, he probably would be, which is why he's not in Gre'thor.
You are many things, Martok, but a liar is not one of them. If I had any doubt of that, I would kill you where you stand for insulting the honor of my grandfather.
You would try.
So, Akar's dishonor has kept me trapped in this wretched place. Not the fate I had expected.
At least, look on the bright side, mate. You're not stuck in Gre'thor.
Indeed. Gre'thor, our destination. You said it could be reached from here. Do you know the way?
Find the nearest cliff and jump, I would assume.
I do. I can guide you there if you wish it.
Okay, fair enough.
Wait. The Gowron I knew would not aid anyone if it did not benefit him in some way. What scheme are you hiding behind this sudden act of benevolence?
Presumably some way of getting an express ticket to Stovokor.
Look around you, Martok. There is little to do in this place but brood and despair. I'm taking you there for my amusement.
Good
And
answer.
perhaps there may be a way out of this place. If there is, I would find it. Even if I have to march at your side to do so. Does that satisfy you? Or shall we stand here for eternity and ponder my motivations?
Well, we could, but we'd all get really bored and it'd be a really long video. So, lead on, Garon, grandson of Akar. Ah, well, it's that easy, is it? Fine. Looks like we're sped jumping off the cliff. Ah, this is more like it. The Barge of the Dead.
This is the barge of the dead, laden with souls bound for Gre'thor. You'll want to announce yourself to Kotar. It is unwise to vex the ferryman.
Indeed, you do not want to be a stowaway on the Barge of the Dead. Kotar caught the last batch of stowaways, and you really don't want to know what happened to them. On the other hand, when you are heading to Klingon hell, I suppose what's the worst he could do to you?
The legends of the ferryman are true. You are Kotar, the first Klingon, slayer of gods.
Who were more trouble than they were worth.
I am, and you are Ja'ula, kinswoman of T'Kuvma, matriarch of your house. It is not your time. You should not be here. Explain yourself.
Rescue mission.
My allies and I seek the soul of another. One who should be in Stovokor, but now dwells in Gre'thor.
It is not your time.
Ah, great. I meant more cooperative VIs. Oh well. I suppose we better start asking around. Anyone seen the treacherous Then again, we're dealing with the treacherous, the cowards, the Beckleth Pupla. Ah, yeah, him. He's gonna be happy to see us again. We killed him last episode.
Lorel. I know no Lorel. But I know you, Ja'ula. You left me to die in a Starfleet prison. Oh, you rescued your pet, a car. But not a lowly Beck, trapped in his cell. And during your raid, an explosion exposed my cell to the cold void of space.
Oops.
And so I died, dishonored. Begone! I have nothing more to say to you.
That was no way for a warrior to die. It is a fate I narrowly avoided several times myself. Come, let us see what the others know.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why you should always break out everyone you can when you're staging a prison break. Right, what happened to you, mate?
Lorel, here? Kiyach! I may be a coward, but you are an idiot. Everyone knows that Lorel is in Sto-vo-kor.
Yeah, about
As
that.
for you, you will have an eternity in Gre'thor to find wisdom, fool. But the lessons that await you will not be pleasant.
He sounds unduly happy about that, but I suppose misery loves company.
Mind your tongue, or I will throw you overboard and feed you to the Koskari. Lady Ja'ula, this is getting us nowhere. Perhaps a more direct approach is in order.
Oh, so that's what happens if you annoy the ferryman. Okay, fair enough. Question answered, and I have no wish to meet the Koskai.
Out of respect for the ferryman, I will refrain from such measures until they are necessary. Come, let us see if one of the others has something besides rage or the bluster of a coward to offer us.
That and the whole starter fight on board, attract the eye of the ferryman and get fed to the Koskai would be awkward. Right, what about you?
Lady Ja'ula and General Martok, the architects of my downfall. My house swore allegiance to you, but I saw your crusade against Jempuk for the folly it was. I refused your call to arms at Gorath, and for that, my first officer killed me and took my place as captain. I shall enjoy watching the two of you suffer for the rest of time.
It sounds like the only architect of your downfall was yourself. I mean, you were the one who broke faith with your house and allegiance with the general, after all. But hey, blame anyone else. I'm sure that will make you feel better when the Fek'Ihr get hold of you.
You dishonored your house and your crew. You forgot what it meant to be Klingon, Captain. And now you go to pay the price for that.
More or less
Step
what I
away
said.
from me now, or your suffering will begin before you walk through the gates of Gre'thor.
Here we go.
Wait your turn. I shall have my vengeance before all others.
Ah, yeah. Him. Yeah, this is what you get for kicking people off bridges into lava lakes.
I do not know who sent you here, Julia, and I do not care. My wish for vengeance has been granted, and I will stain the deck of this barge with your blood.
Yeah, I don't think the ferryman's going to take nearly enough umbrage at this idiot. Oh well, maybe the Koskari are hungry.
Fight! Fight!
Right. There we go. Oh, apparently we're going full-on fighty everyone. Fine, throwing a grenade. Are we done? I think we are done. Just get a little bit of a there, pop the metaphasic to heal everybody up. Toss in a stasis
Enough!
grenade.
You shall earn no salvation through combat here.
Ah. Sod. Oh well, hopefully he's a bit more talkative now.
Bah! The ferryman has spared you. For now.
Uh-huh.
Do not think you will rest easy once we reach Gre'thor. I will find you, and I will have my revenge. This I swear.
Someone's asking for another lava bath, aren't they?
Bold words. But I think you'll find that Fek'Ihr has plans for you, as he does for all traitors. We're done here. Leave this wretch to his fate.
Okay.
The glory of combat, brief as it was. It felt good to engage in battle once more. To be Klingon.
Oh, hi, Gowan. I didn't realize you'd hitched a lift with us. Okay.
So, there is still something within you that knows what it means to be a warrior. You were the Gowron of old, before the Chancellorship changed you, as it did me, as it did Jempak. And perhaps Laurel.
So basically the job's cursed. If you want to be an effective Chancellor, you've got to be a terrible Klingon. Yes. Perhaps not a surprise that they don't tell anyone about that when they're going for the job.
Interesting. You became Chancellor after I fell in battle? Tell me you killed Worf to do so. Oh, that would have been glorious.
Yeah. That's not what went down. Worf's reign as Chancellor lasted about 10 seconds before he resigned.
I did not. Worf still lives and serves the Empire to this day. I hope you can handle such a disappointment, Gowron.
Well, yeah. Reunions later, complicated political explanations later, and besides, we all know Worf's got his ticket punched to Sto-vo-kor when he dies anyway.
Let us ask the ferryman how much longer it will be until we get to Gre'thor.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Consider what my parents used to threaten to do when I came up with that kind of spiel. Is this wise?
You fight with purpose, Ja'ula. Honor to you and your house. I think we shall not meet again, and that gladdens my heart.
What am I, chopped liver?
It will be some time before we arrive at Gre'thor. Tell me of the soul you seek. I would know your story, so I can sing it to the dishonored, to remind them of who they were, of who they could still become.
I thought once you were in Gre'thor you were stuck. That would imply a redemption and exit possibility for the average Klingon soul. Oh well, I can't claim to be an expert on Klingon theology anyway.
I seek Laurel. She was once called Mother, a great warrior and leader of the Empire. I would liberate her soul. I strive to remove a tyrant from the Emperor's throne, and her council will help me to do so. This is why I journey to the halls of Gre'thor, ferryman. For the Empire, no risk is too great.
And besides, it's going to make a great song afterwards.
I have seen her. Once, she stood not far from where you stand now. She did not speak. She did not have to. But I saw in her the same pain that I carry in my heart.
Okay.
You can find her in Gre'thor, if the denizens do not end you first. But finding her and liberating her from that wretched place are two different battles. May you find success in both.
Okay, so why did she even end up in Gre'thor anyway? If all the stories are true, she should have had an express one-way to Sto-vo-kor and an endless supply of blood wine.
That is not my tale to tell. Find Laurel, make her story and yours as one, and fight with all your conviction.
Aha!
Then, and only then, may you find a way out of Gre'thor, for yourself and for Laurel.
Well, we knew we were fighting. To be honest, we were planning to just storm in through the front door. This changes very little.
So there is a way out of Gre'thor. Tell me, ferryman, how can I find my way in? The gates are locked to me. My path out of Koth has been blocked by the dishonor of my ancestor.
I suppose you could always go kill your ancestor. Or maybe help us out. I mean, that would presumably count as honourable actions and maybe even get you a quick pass to Sto-vo-kor. I have no idea how the get out of jail free card works down here.
But if I can enter Gre'thor, I can find the liberation that Ja'ula and her allies seek for Lorel. Speak! Tell me what I wish to know!
I will tell you only this. Your story has not ended, Gowron, son of Morel. The scales can be shifted yet, for good or for ill. Now, leave me to my duty. I will call upon you when we draw near to Gre'thor. Until then, know your place. Do not forget that I am master of this vessel. It is unwise to test my authority here.
Fair enough. We won't start any more fights on the main deck. The Betleth Flood is a different matter. Right. Onwards to Gre'thor!
We have arrived. I will wait for you and your allies here, Ja'ula. Should you succeed, return to me here, and I will ensure your song does not end in Gre'thor.
So, barge in through the front door, barge our way to Lorel, rather, get her out of here, figure out whatever's happened to get her into Gre'thor, then barge our way back to the barge and proceed to barge our way out of hell on the barge, normally delivering its souls to said hell. There's going to be quite a lot of barging in this episode.
You honor us, Kortar, first of the Klingons. We will not keep you waiting long.
Because we can't kill every last Fek'Ihr, no matter how much we might want to.
So it does. Prepare for battle. Our greatest challenge awaits.
Right, let's get to
You will
it.
find no one to block your entrance at the gates of Gre'thor, warriors. Getting out, that will be the challenge.
Ah, yeah, he has a point. Jails are normally set to keep people in, not stop them getting... Well, stop... words. It is meant to stop people getting out without authorization. Getting in is meant to be really easy.
Gowron, a pity you cannot join us. I suspect you would find more entertainment past those gates, in the depths of Gre'thor itself.
Oh, I don't know. There are always options.
I do not doubt that. Soon Fek'Ihr will know the frustration of dealing with a Klingon too stubborn to die. Glory to you and your house. Fight with honor, and if necessary, die well. Kapla!
Kapla!
The time has come. Go now, warriors. Your destiny lies beyond those gates.
I imagine this will all get somewhat abbreviated in the opera.
We shall see. The halls of Gre'thor have crushed many a soul. I hope yours do not join their ranks. As for you, Gowron, I would have words with you before we depart.
Sudden plot twist setting up. Right, in we go. In we go for the inevitable... wait, where's the docks ramp? Ah, there we are. It's right at the forecastle. Well, this is all very casual, isn't it?
Look at these pathetic wretches, reporting for damnation like it were duty.
It pretty much is duty, isn't it, at this point?
There are the gates. Let us see if entering Gre'thor is as easy as Kortar said.
Open sesame. Yep. Turns out it's exactly that easy.
It's going to be like searching for a cloaked ship in the briar patch.
Nah, she shouldn't be too hard to find.
We do not seek a mundane soul, General. Few Klingons do not know of Lorel. I do not think a warrior of her caliber would go unnoticed, especially in a place like this. Come, let us speak to others here. It should not take long to find Lorel.
Okay. Let's go find our souls. Ah, here we are. One dishonored warrior.
Ah, more newcomers. This place, well, it stinks
It's loud and teeming with demons. That said, at least it's warm, unlike Rura Penthe, where I froze to death in a cell. I suppose that is better than filling the belly of a jackal mastiff.
Depends. Were you fighting the jackal mastiff at the time?
We are looking for Laurel. Have you seen her?
Can't say I have. Sorry. Well, don't make that face at me. See that man atop the stairs? The one surrounded by she-demons? He's called Kutep. Seems to be a player in here. You might ask him about Laurel.
Okay, let's go talk to the trusty, for want of a better term, or possibly the worst of the bunch. You've got the right hairstyle. Well, alright, lack thereof. Nil is a number after all.
It's easy. You she-demons want souls to devour. I can help with that. No, not my soul, you insufferable harpy!
You really do need to be more specific with this lot, Kutep.
Behold, newcomers have arrived, my ladies. Come forth, travelers. Let us get to know one another.
In the English sense or the Hebrew?
Listen closely, Fatak. We seek Laurel. Have you seen her? Speak now, before I feed you to your charming friends.
And if that's not enough inducement, I do have a shotgun pointed at your groin. You may wish to pay some attention to that.
You wouldn't.
I would.
Wait. You would. I
Yep.
can see it in your eyes. I have not seen this Laurel. Fort, you need to talk to Fort. If there's anyone who knows about this, it's her. Please don't feed me to the she-demons.
I make no promises. But relax, I am not going to shoot you with the shotgun I currently still have pointed at your groin.
Vort must be further in. Let us head through these doors and look for them.
Whoop. More doors. Handy. You realise we are going to have to shoot our way back out. Right. Who else got? Vort. Handy.
Kutep sent you? Impressive. I sent my she-demons down to eat him.
Oh.
Silver-tongued bastard must have talked his way out of their bellies.
Not necessarily.
Never mind that. Why are you bothering me, exactly?
We're looking for Laurel. Anybody you know?
Someone who looks a lot like Laurel has been seen around. Quiet type. Keeps to herself. That's not an easy thing to do around here. Someone like her could pull it off, I suppose.
Okay, she shouldn't be too hard to find them.
Indeed. Where can we find her?
Ask Lothar. I run my little corner of things, and that's all. She's elsewhere. And for that, you need to talk to Lothar. Unless you want to take it up with Fek'Ihr, of course. Ha!
That could actually be the logical solution to this problem. Take it straight to the boss man. Of course, the boss man would quite like to torment us and eat our souls. Maybe not that way around, but hey, details. Or maybe he'd go for torment, eating, and then after dinner torment as well. Like I say, it's kind of hard to be sure. Well, Lothar, old school Klingon. That is old school, not Ja'ula style, new old school. Details.
Ah, the newcomers with so many questions have made their way to me at last. Allow me to welcome you to the Hall of Treachery. A tragic name, really. We aren't all bad here.
Aha, my guess would be it's an accurate name. And oh, look who just walked through the background. It looks like our friend is going to take his second shot at revenge at some point.
Newcomers are quite popular, you know. You've been watched since you set foot past the gate.
Keep watching,
Anyway,
you're going to get a show.
We enjoy such amusements whenever we can in Gre'thor. But enough of that. You have questions, yes? Ask away.
Laurel, cough it up.
If you've been watching us, you know why we're here. Laurel, does she dwell within your domain or not?
Bear in mind, I have a shotgun pointed at your Yeah, it's amazing how many times that shotgun has ended up at Klingon groin height.
Calm yourself, gentlemen. Yes, I know who you are. The great and terrible Martok, butcher of Zenkath 3, the one-eyed doom, and so forth. Your reputation precedes you. All of you.
Oh, wonderful. One-eyed doom, eh? Well, the one-eyed bit is obvious. Doom, I suppose... it's a relative term. Maybe he really will get his rip and tear on at some point.
Enough. You still haven't answered his question, Lothar. Tell us where we can find L'Rell, and you'll never see us again.
If that's what you want, of course. I mean, if you want to see us again, we can always come back and shoot you. Many, many times.
Well, this is embarrassing. But I'm afraid I lost L'Rell in a game of poker. Do you know it?
Yeah.
Human game. Quite popular here.
And so your dishonor is complete.
I lost L'Rell to Mordok. If you're interested in her, you'll have to deal with him. You're good at cards.
Wonderful. Let's go Mordok. Well, it's cards or violence. Yeah, we could always go for violence. Mordok! Somebody catch you dealing from the bottom of the deck.
What? L'Rell? I don't know her. There must be some sort of mistake.
He did say it was the Hall of Treachery, after all.
Gambler? No. This is Lothar's word. I'm sorry. You've been played. We've all been played. And now we're gonna suffer for it. Sorry.
Fair enough.
I told you on the barge that vengeance would be mine. What I meant was, vengeance would be ours.
Yes. Don't mind.
Finally run out, Martok.
Wonderful. Up my heels.
Try to die well, Ja'ula.
Ah yes, all the Beckleth Pukon.
I was wondering when they'd make their move. Now I know.
How nice for you.
I count 5 of them.
Dump a heel.
Have they added another to their ranks?
Couldn't say.
I think the 5th arrival is on our side.
Well, that's nice. Now, excuse me whilst we deal with these Pukon by shooting them repeatedly in the head if necessary. Excuse me. Come on, pew 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 pew. Fall over, please. No, let's just call in some friends. Targeting. And dump the metaphasic radiation again. Everybody healed? Well, that's unfortunate. Lysara, stop standing around. We need you back on your feet.
It's almost poetic, traitor.
Yes. Up you get. And up I get. Down you go. Oh, you know what? Shotgun. In the back.
2 down. 2 to go.
Actually, that's going to be 3 in 1 in a moment, if you don't mind.
Your brethren are all gone, traitor. Prepare to meet your end.
Headshot. I think we're done. Now, who's number 5? Hopefully, L'Rell. Show off.
I hear you have been looking for L'Rell. And now, you have found her.
Well, that saves us
We
some
need to talk.
effort, doesn't it? Hooray! And yes, we really do need to talk. So, we are in... Oh, good, yeah, thanks. Some of this scrape mirror off the floor, please. Thank you, alternate me. Towers, sorry, yep. Details.
Ja'ula, sister of T'Kuvma. I know your story well. How you rose to power in House Mokai, your conflict with your brother, and your bold crusade against the Federation during the war.
Yeah, and then it all goes a little bit sideways after Starbase 1.
Even after my death, I heard tales of your exploits. You have made and ended a great many enemies. Many of them now dwell within these halls.
Ah, wonderful.
I know why these souls are here. What I do not know is why you are here. It is not your time.
One word. Jailbreak.
If you have heard of my exploits, you know of my clash with the tyrant Jempak. Once he held the office you brought honor to, but it was not enough to sate his lust for power. Now, he calls himself Emperor, and has shattered the great work of my brother. The empire you led with honor is now divided, on the verge of collapse. I am here because I want to restore you to the realm of the living, to help me save it.
Your brother often spoke of your boldness. I suspect he might have understated it somewhat.
Yeah, just slightly.
What you seek is not impossible, but I question the need for such a thing.
Yeah, what?
Why seek to restore me from the dead when another former Chancellor still breathes? Of what use am I when General Martok, a warrior fit to wield the sword of Kalish, stands at your side?
Answer, you're politically neutral. You're acceptable to everybody. Martok, as bold and as honourable and as exemplary a Klingon as he is, has simply pissed off too many people.
It appears you've heard of my exploits as well, Chancellor. I am honored.
Well, that and you walked in here with the sword of Kalis and have been swinging it around with a great deal of enthusiasm. It kind of gives you away.
As you should be, General. You have served the Empire with honor. And yet, you are reluctant to reclaim the office you once held. Why else would you be here now? I do not blame you. I know too well of the great burden that office brings, and the terrible sacrifices it often demands.
So you'd rather stay in Klingon hell? I mean, it's got good central heating, and it does appear to be fairly light on the torments of spirit and flesh, but at the same time... Okay, I'm a bit puzzled.
Word travels fast here. Your enemies will be on the move. If you do not return to the realm of the living soon, they will strike.
They've already tried
Even the
once.
greatest warriors can die here. You should leave, while you are still able to do so.
Not without you, though.
Join us. Together, we can liberate you from this place and restore you to life, as Kalis once was.
No, I cannot leave this place. It is a matter of honor.
And here we
Once,
go.
I dwelled in Stovokor among the honored dead. But Vok, my greatest love, was denied entry. He was denied an honorable death, and thus his soul was sent to Gre'thor.
So you decided to jump into the pit after him. I can almost approve.
I could not bear that. And so...
Oh.
I came here and bargained with Fek'Ihr for his release. In exchange for Vok's freedom, I offered to take his place. As you can see, my offer was accepted.
How very romantic.
This is why I cannot leave. To do so would dishonor the agreement, and condemn us both to eternal suffering in Gre'thor. You have traveled here in vain, Ja'ula. I cannot help you.
Unless somebody bargained to take your place, and thereby kept the agreement rolling by kicking the can down the road.
No, I saw it. The crystal showed me the future, and you are a part of it. If you could strike a bargain with the Master of Gre'thor, so can I. I will find Fek'Ihr and secure your freedom, or die trying.
Garon, this is where we need Garon.
I have seen such determination before, in the eyes of your honored brother. So be it. I will take you to Fek'Ihr. There we shall see how strong your resolve truly is.
Yeah, deal with the devil. Yeah, this can't possibly go wrong, but yeah. We have 3 possible Klingon souls here who might be acceptable in trade. We've got Martok, we've got Jeweler, and we have got Garon.
The stairs beyond those doors lead to Fek'Ihr's hall.
Well then, let's get to it.
Fek'Ihr. This ought to be interesting.
And possibly highly violent. Thomas doesn't exactly strike me as a Klingon thing, but, well, I'm sure we'll find out. So, to Fek'Ihr's hall, past all his little demons, and the
guards do not seem to be
not so
opposed
little
to our
ones.
passage.
They aren't here to keep us away from Fek'Ihr. They're here to keep us from escaping him.
Oh, good. So basically, try to walk downstairs now, suckers.
You come here with hope in your heart.
No, not really.
There is no place for hope here. Here. There is only pain.
Well, this sounds about right for Fek'Ihr, doesn't it? Anyone up for cutting a deal? Does this scream boss fight arena to anybody else?
Lady Jeula of House Mokai, I must offer my gratitude to you. Many fresh souls have arrived here of late, thanks to you and your Imperial nemesis.
You're welcome.
Because of this, I will hear what you have come so far to say. Come forth, speak. What would you ask of the Lord of Gre'thor?
Lord Fek'Ihr, I come before you to bargain for the soul of Lorel. I would liberate her from these halls.
And here's the catch.
Such impudence. You think you are worthy of commerce with me? My good lady, I am inclined to disagree. Violently.
Because of course he is. Well, fights
The
on.
ferryman killed many a god by himself. Together, we should be able to finish off Fek'Ihr.
Wonderful.
Watch out!
What about
He's
all
calling
his
in
little
tormented
friends?
souls to fight us as well.
Also, don't stand on the whole thing. Also, the ferryman barreled in. Okay, let's not stand in the hellfire. That would be awkward. Let's also find some cover. Ah, tormented souls. In the back. Congratulations, sir. Your torment is over. Now, let's just pour it on. And if I do this right, we toss this fire grenade at his feet. Continue the hammering.
I can see now why my halls are filled with your slain foes.
I'm glad you approve. Right. Sniper time. Can we, even better. We can just nail down some of these ads, hoover them up, and, he kind of wants me. Well, it's nice to be popular.
Your souls are not strong enough to withstand the power of Fek'Ihr.
What about our shotguns and phaser rifles? I mean, maybe those count. Oh, witty you lot. There we go.
That hides deep within each of your hearts.
And yet you're the one getting his head kicked in. Funny that. And splooch.
You have provided me with great sport.
You're
I shall
welcome.
hear your bargain. What do you offer in trade for the soul of the realm?
Lord Fek'Ihr, I wish to offer...
Garon.
Wait! Hold your tongue, Jeula. Fek'Ihr! If it's the soul of a Chancellor you want, take mine instead.
Intriguing. I accept, son of the realm. You shall take the realm's place here.
Are you mad, Garon?
Nope.
Better to spend eternity with Klingons than to be alone in the void.
even in a place like this.
I'm sure we can find some way of busting
Lord
you
Fek'Ihr,
out.
this should not be Gowron's fate. I will deliver the soul that belongs here. His treacherous ancestor, Akar.
Unacceptable! Gre'thor is filled with souls such as Akar's. You'll have to sweeten the deal.
What about an emperor?
Very well. I shall deliver the souls of Akar and Jempak.
Okay, that works.
That is more like it. I accept your generous offer. Deliver those souls to me, and Gowron shall be freed as well. And now, I give you leave to go. Be gone.
Okay, so we have got Lorel back. Gowron is temporarily collateral, and we have got a way to get him out and into Sto-vo-kor, or possibly back to real life, but we don't need that many ex-Chancellors running around, so hopefully we will just get him a one-way ticket to Sto-vo-kor, and there to hit the blood wine for the rest of eternity, if he is so minded. Now, we have leave from Fek'Ihr to enter Gre'thor. That doesn't mean any of his former buddies are going to allow us out. The guards probably won't care.
Leave if you can, but you won't be able to leave free.
Yeah.
Whoever brings
There's
Lorel
always a
back
catch.
will be allowed to take her place in Sto-vo-kor.
Of course. He's really keen on laughing. Look,
I've dealt with Ferengi that were less treacherous than Fek'Ihr.
why do you think he got the job? Can we collapse this cover shield, please? Damn it, Talers. Come on. Staplers? Oop, there we go. Oh well, at least my gun still works. Pew 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 pew. Headshot? Apparently not. Fine. Tossing a grenade. And maintain the headshotting. And we're clear. Excellent. Right. Back we go. So, the guards, the inmates. Yeah, what else could try to get us? Answer every single soul in the build. Yikes. Okay, shotguns and grenades, people. Shotguns and grenades. That's an awful lot of red.
Be ready. Every soul in Gre'thor stands between us and the gates.
Let them come.
No
If
biggie.
they want to die again, I'm happy to oblige them.
Be mindful of their numbers and their treachery.
Well, yes. That's why we're going to take them conservatively through the never mind. Get to it. Martok up you get. Thank you. Back it up, run them into the turret fields, and the shield regeneration, and the fact that none of them have guns. Very handy that. How you all doing back there? Oh, you're still trying to get your ravage on, aren't you? Done. Done. Okay. Great metaphasics. Just keep on grinding, throw in grenades and cryo shots. Like the man said, every soul in Gre'thor. Luckily, we have a huge line of stairs to work with. Pew pew, pew pew, pew pew. Anybody else want to play? Hold still, damn it. There you go. Right, let's pop everybody else back up. Yoink. I'm doing it. Honestly. I admire the enthusiasm, but I must question the efficiency. Better. Yay. Right, where next? This way, I think. And we'll start by finding and headshotting the one round this corner. Or not, as the case may be. Fine. Get it on. Slave master down. Room clear. Okay. Next door. The Hall of Treachery is clear. Now we just need to clear the antechamber, which is covered in Fek'Ihr's happy minions. Right, let's put a few of them on ice. Then get to work with the rest. Done? Done. Right. Next. Klingons calling the backup. Them on ice. Grind our way forwards. Try not to die horribly in the process. Drop my heels. And then just keep backing it up and pumping away on the shotgun. They'll run out of health before I run out of space. Anyone else? Oh, got a few. Okay, patch up again, that's fine. Come on, pew, pew, pew. Wait, that's unfair. Luckily, I have plenty of medicine. Yoink. Ah, presumably he was condemned for hoarding loot. And the embracing of commerce as a way of obtaining power. Not sure about you, but maybe charging a guy with a shotgun who just slaughtered his way through all your friends? Alright, fellow damned souls. I mean, it's a bit of a stretch down here to call anybody a friend. Are we done, or am I the only person left standing? Okay, we're not quite done, right. Keep the treacherous souls under control. Drop the slave master, nail down this last tortured soul, and we are just about good. Anybody else? Why did I even bother asking that question? Yusril versus the entirety of Gre'thor. What could possibly go wrong? Don't answer that question, I already have the answer. It's the green blips down here that aren't moving. Alright, up you get. Really? Really? Fine, if you all want to die again, I can oblige. With bullets, I might add. Right, snipe onto him. He's gone. Anybody
Quickly,
else?
Open the front gates! Kortar is waiting for us on the barge.
That's not the only thing waiting for us on the other side. Get ready to fight!
Oh, wonderful. Well, let's get ready to fight by first and foremost getting everybody back on their feet. And speaking as an acknowledged master of overextending, I must say that I am truly impressed. Okay, I'm not sure where she came from. Easily solved. But are we done here? I think, yes, we have in fact killed just about everything in Gre'thor. This is mildly impressive. Okay, maybe almost everyone in Gre'thor. And I don't know who they're trying to eat, but yeah. Marks for determination and single-minded persistence, I suppose. Alright then. What could possibly be waiting for us on the other side of this gate? I mean, besides possibly Fek'Ihr himself. Oh, yes. Fek'Ihr and his hounds. Oh, well. Off we go. Avoiding the hails of lava. Okay, if you don't mind, I'm going to put my emergency reboot.
Hurry!
Yes, yes, yes. We're leaving. We're leaving.
Of course, they have fire-breathing tarns.
Of course they do. What did you expect?
Gre'thor,
Break
prepare to
my-
weigh anchor. We are leaving in a hurry.
Yes. Run? Or is this actually a case of... Ah, hi. Garon, you're not meant to be here anymore. Also, I am on fire. So much for the run for the exit option. Fine. Get a freeze on everybody. They're very keen on these chain holds, aren't they? That slightly cripples the run round the deck like a madman while firing a shotgun option. Speaking of running around the deck like a madman while firing weapons, why isn't my gun working? There we go, that's more like it. Okay, change of plan. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I assumed we were taking the quick exit option rather than the kill everybody and then leave at our leisure option. Can somebody get that targ off the boat before it burns it to the ground? Waterline, bloodline, whichever. I'm not entirely sure how that works out. Right. Well, I have no idea how that works, but we are temporarily done here. Right. Onto the barge. And let us depart Gre'thor. With Garon for some strange reason. I'm guessing that wasn't meant to happen. Okay. We're back. Huzzah. Did it work?
Welcome back to the world of the living, and not a moment too soon. A few minutes ago, sensors detected energy signatures over Boreth. Fek'Ihr portals. They're sending vessels through as we speak.
He said we were free to leave. He didn't say he wasn't going to try to chase us down after we'd left.
Has her soul been liberated? Was your mission a success?
Go and give it a kick. If it decides to try to strangle you, then it succeeded.
She was right beside us, fighting the whole way. Did she make it to the barge?
Well, someone go check on the body.
She did. I made sure of it. Check her vitals. Give me a medical update now!
I think she might be back. Well. Yay! She might be back.
It is done. She is restored, reborn.
Sane? Oh, good. Welcome back.
Welcome home, Mother.
There is a small matter of the Fek'Ihr fleet in orbit that are about to try to undo this work, but hey, I'm sure we can take them.
Her life signs are strong. Reading brain activity. Yes! You did it!
Hooray!
L'Rell has returned safe and sound. Qapla'!
There is still the Fek'Ihr fleet in orbit, however.
3 portals in total. Fek'Ihr vessels are emerging from them as we speak. We're holding position for now, but we are heavily outnumbered.
Okay, that's not normal Fek'Ihr behaviour. They normally just barrel in and start trying to send everybody to Gre'thor. What are they up to?
L'Rell's presence may be a coincidence. Since their return to our space, the Fek'Ihr have made numerous assaults on Boreth. Until now, those attacks were repelled by the KDF.
And now the KDF is too busy fighting itself to actually make the repel.
And now, with the Empire in a state of disarray, the defense presence here is minimal. The Fek'Ihr saw weakness, and they seized the initiative. This time, they may succeed where they have failed so many times before.
Which would be bad. Alright, beam us up. Let's go kill some more demons.
If the Fek'Ihr want to fight, they came to the right place. I will fight to the end if I must, for today is a good day to die.
Today's a good day for them to die. We really need to clarify this in Klingon grammar.
Well said, Martok. I stand ready for battle as well. It will be an honor to defend this sacred place at your side.
Huzzah?
You risked all to restore me to life. Honor demands that I fight alongside you, and I do so gladly.
This is all very touching, but we should be up in orbit and shooting at them as we speak.
So be it. We will make our stand here. Let it be known that we never forgot what it means to be Klingon! I will need to go with one of you, however. After the loss of the Lucara, I have no vessel to command in battle.
Aleppa, I believe you've got a cruiser.
I believe I can be of assistance there, Lady Ja'ula.
Uh-huh.
The monks of Boreth are not entirely without resources.
So, you've got time crystals, you've got cloning technology, you can open portals to hell, and now you've got a fleet stashed away. Right.
Yes, but we will need some time to prepare. Do what you can to hold the line until then. Lady Ja'ula, Mother, please come with me.
Alright, let's get back to the ships and start shooting Fek'Ihr. How bad could it be? Why am I even bothering to ask that question? It's going to be a tide of demons from hell.
Fek'Ihri's
Let's get
portal
to
count
it.
remains at 3. Reading multiple enemy vessels in the system, we're outnumbered at least 3 to 1.
So don't try to take them all at once. Got it.
Our first priority should be closing those portals. Until they're gone, our Fek'Ihr problem could continue to grow.
Indeed.
I'm reading heavy fluctuations in their graviton fields. At the moment, they appear to be unstable, but they could stabilize over time. Until then, it is a weakness we can exploit.
Shoot 'em.
Weapons fire, especially torpedoes, will eventually destabilize a portal's integrity.
Yeah.
We need to punch through the ships guarding the portals before reinforcements arrive.
Well, let's get to
Won't
it.
take much to collapse the portals. Take them out as soon as you can.
And commence shooting. Come on, fire. There we go.
Portal is destabilizing. It's collapsed!
Hooray! Moving
There's more to be
straight
done.
on to
Close
number
the
2.
others quickly.
Swing it in. Target the portal. Got primary weapons. And drop it fast.
Back to Gre'thor with you, demon!
Yes. Very
Don't open the blood wine yet. More Fek'Ihr vessels are coming in from the last portal.
wonderful. Well, let's mop up first. And then proceed to work from there. Pew pew, pew pew, pew pew. There was much pew-pewing and much singing of opera as the demons of Fek'Ihr were banished. And I could Gre'thor impact. I could really use some shields right now. There we go. Yo-Yo Kai come down on the frigates. And with them temporarily mopped up, let us rock and or roll. Turns up evasive, run in on the portal, prime forward weapons, 12 kilometers, 11, warheads out, fleet engaged, portals are collapsed.
Kapla!
Now all we have to do is mop up all the angry frigates.
With the Fek'Ihr straggler.
Pew pew, pew pew, pew pew.
Wait. The portal is opening.
Yeah.
Much larger than the others.
Well,
So they're
mop up
not
fast
finished
then.
with us yet, eh? Make ready for battle!
What do you mean? We're already ready for battle.
Jolan, if you're going to do something, now's the time! The Fek'Ihr dreadnought is an impressive piece. I will enjoy killing it.
I'm glad you feel enthusiastic, Martok. Keep in mind we do need to neutralise some of the liquid ones. And then shut down Portal Delta. Right, bring in the fleet, bring in the photonics. Engage power. Bring round, target the portal. Weapons forward intense. And collapse. I said collapse. Today, please. Thank you. Portal down. Starboard shield imploded. Rebalance using power emitters. Get some space with the tractors. And apparently tracked all their little green balls of pain as well. General spread on weapons. Punch through there, go evasive again to yo-yo up and get some space. Swing back down on the dreadnought. Scan it. Dump a time storm on it as well. I've got no idea what that actually does, but I think it's going to cause it some difficulty. I hope it's going to cause some difficulty, or I've just made a horrible mistake. Crystalline Matrix, engage. I've got no idea what that actually did. I do know it's seriously annoying. However, rock and roll our way out of here again. Whee! Hard starboard, putting protective shields between us and Dreadnought. Weapons forward onto the frigates.
Reinforcements are coming. It may be time to consider.
Nope, we kill it.
Do not finish that sentence. We are Klingons. We will fight to the end.
Besides, we have shields.
Yes.
We have weapons.
Forest shall not fall today.
And we have all
Fight
manner
now.
of shiny guns.
For it! For the Empire!
For the
This is
cutscenes.
King ex-Chancellors,
Whoa.
calling all Klingon forces. I am Lorel of House Tekuvma. Join me. Fight now. For the Empire.
They
Kavla!
busted out the antique. Wow. Please tell me that thing's had a few refits in the last century and a half. That looks like a first model D7. Oh well, I guess we're going to find out what it's made of.
I'm picking up a ship entering the system at high warp.
Uh-huh.
My differences can wait. I will not let Boris fall.
Yeah, well, you're late. We're done. So, our differences are very definitely back on the menu, mate. Let's get rid of all the lingering ordnance. And we are done. Also, patch up the core.
Reading another ship entering the system. It's one of ours.
They're really late.
Death to the Fek'Ihr! Send them screaming back to Gre'thor!
Okay, you're all very, very late, but don't worry, I'm sure we can hand out some medals for participation. Presumably...
Victory is ours! Together, we have protected Boreth from our enemies.
Another involved
and returned
KGF vessel.
she who was called
We can
Mother
win this!
to the Empire!
Target the nearest Fek'Ihr vessel and destroy it! Kapla!
Now you're just taking the proverbial. Oh well, I suppose we can make some medals for participation.
Truly a glorious battle, my lady. The Fek'Ihr will think twice before launching an attack here anytime soon.
Maybe.
Even so, things got too close for my liking. For a time, it seemed like there were more Fek'Ihr in space than stars. Thankfully, the monks had that well-preserved surprise up their sleeves. Just where did you find that relic, Tenavik?
It fell off the back of a transport. Honest.
We have kept it here since my mother's time, Once it served as her flagship. We preserved it as a reminder of a Klingon golden age. We knew one day it would be needed again, and it seems that time has come at last.
Well, it's going to need a major overhaul and refit, but hey, it'll serve the Empire well. Maybe they do need a new garbage scow.
Indeed. Though I yearn to command the Katinga once more, it has been far too long since I have done so. Space warfare has changed considerably since my time.
Well, yeah, I mean, we do use a little more than phasers and photon torpedoes now. After all, when you're punching holes in the fabric of time to use as a weapon, it gets a bit messy.
Until I have reacclimated myself to this era, I can think of no better warrior to command this vessel than Lady Ja'ula of House Mokai. May you lead this vessel and her crew to glory.
You honor me, Laurel. Computer, note the transfer of command in the record of battle. For many, the Lucara was a symbol of division. May the Katinga serve as a symbol of unity, as my brother's vessel once did. Let the honored few who came to Boreth's aid go now to every corner of the Empire. Tell everyone you meet what happened here today. Tell them that you were at Boreth when Laurel returned. Tell them how we all fought and sent the Fek'Ihr back to Gre'thor.
Maybe edit it a bit so that you lot actually showed up on time, but hey! At least they showed up, am I right?
There is much to be done. We have an empire to restore and a tyrant to depose. But now is not the time for such things. Now is the time to honor our great victories. Tonight, we celebrate, for tomorrow we may die. Kapla!
Kapla! I'm just trying to think about the fact that he's still in the system. Oh well, details I suppose, but we are done for the moment. So, the leap of faith paid off. Laurel is back.
Now that Laurel has been restored, she will be able to counsel Lady Ja'ula on a great many things. Though I have great respect for Ja'ula, there are always lessons to be learned as a leader in the Klingon Empire. And, in such matters, there is no better teacher than Laurel. Yes, with Laurel at her side, I believe Lady Ja'ula can lead our house to victory over Jempok and restore our shattered empire to glory. That battle lies ahead of us, however. When the time comes, be ready to answer the call to arms.
And totally not because we still have to deliver on the bargain of delivering Arkar and Jempok's souls to Fek'Ihr so that we can get Garon to Stovo Kor, where, let's be honest, everyone's favourite boggle-eyed Klingon deserves to be. Maybe. Possibly. He was no more treacherous and conniving than the office demanded, as opposed to that Ptak Duras who is going to be staying in Gre'thor and burning for the remainder of eternity if there is any justice. But that is a problem for next time, ladies and gentlemen. That wraps up the Leap of Faith, and until next time, Kapla!